Pas de soleil, pas de soleil, pas de soleil.
Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I did this fall kind of makeup look that leans more on the pink side rather than being very orangey warm toned. Although it is fall and when we think of fall we think of all those burned orangey colors, sometimes it just does not suit our undertone. I personally also really like to go for pink colors, so this is very easy to pull off and you can obviously decide how pink you actually want it to be. So without further ado, let's go. So to start off, I'm going to be using my Clio Kill Cover Glow Cushion Foundation. I'm going to apply it from the center part outwards. I don't like to apply it all over my face because this color is so similar to my natural skin tone. I feel like it blends so seamlessly into my skin that I don't have to like completely cover my entire face. I don't actually apply it like under my eyes because I'm going to be using concealer, and the more layers the cakier it gets. Like I use the foundation for my actual face and then I use my concealer for my under eyes. That's how I feel like it gives me the best finish, so it also doesn't crease as much. For concealer, I'm going to use my beloved Catrice Liquid Camouflage Concealer. It is the only concealer I own because I just don't feel the need to own anything else because I like this that much. I know that applying concealer like this has been kind of a trend on TikTok and stuff. I personally do it because I feel like it works with my facial features. I don't know, I feel like since I naturally cast a shadow right here and my eye socket also kind of does a shadow, I almost feel like it looks very natural on me to just apply a little bit of concealer here in the back, blend it out very lightly. I don't try to make this look super sharp by any means. I just blend it backwards, and then I like to add contrast, which I think is very important for this to have a lifting effect. If you want to lift your eye, you would want to apply some eyeshadow, then extend it a little bit, and also be using some bronzer or blush to add contrast. If you just leave it like this, it all looks like one color, and yes, you may not have like under eye circles, but it isn't doing what it could potentially do for you. Just apply the tiniest amount there and then I blend it out. I don't apply concealer anywhere else because the foundation already did such a good job, so I don't need to. It was pretty bright outside, which is why I had my blinds closed, but now the sun is finally gone, so the video overall is probably looking a little bit lighter, and that is why. I still have to figure out how to use natural lighting the best because it always changes. To set my eyelids, because I do have very oily eyelids, what I like to use is the Catrice All Matte Shine Control Powder. I just applied this very lightly and also on my brows because I don't like shiny brows, and my brows also get pretty oily, like the skin underneath, and this just makes doing the brows much easier later on. Whatever was left on my brush, I just kind of went underneath my eye, but I don't feel the need to set any further. For bronzer, I'm going to use my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Bronzer and just apply this on my forehead, temples, and a little bit on the sides of my cheek. I'm using the blush in the shade 10 Befitting. I really like the shade 20 Bespoke, but that one is like a shimmery bronzer hybrid blush kind of thing. But this one is more of like a mauve-y kind of color, and I think it'll be perfect for this look. This blush I feel like is a color that goes for any look, to be completely honest. It is such a neutral color, and what I also really love about it is the way it just blends. This one is a matte one and the Bespoke one is a shimmer one, but I'm going to be adding just a little bit of highlighter, so it doesn't really matter. Sometimes my makeup on camera looks way more intense than in real life because this camera just has like a very weird, strong saturation. So live, my blush is looking so soft and so pretty. Very, very natural, and I have no idea how it's picking up on camera. When I first started to wear makeup when I was 13, I think, I started with lip gloss. Lip gloss and blush, and I used to have many different blushes from these Essence blushes because obviously I was very young. I was not going to spend money on MAC. I had a bunch of these Essence blushes, and the other day when I bought this one, I kind of felt nostalgia because it's almost like 11 years later, I still get excited when I go to the Essence counter because I still just love so many products. It's just so weird. Sometimes things don't really change, right? I'll be using Soft and Gentle from MAC as my highlighter. I know a lot of people don't like this because this does have glitter in it. Not big chunky glitter, but it has some glitter in it. Angie Newquist mentioned that she thinks that highlighters with a little bit of glitter are what makes it look kind of wet, which is why I believe a lot of people like the Fenty Diamond Bomb highlighter. I like this because it is a baked formula. It is very like translucent in a way. It doesn't really have like a strong base color. So this is so beautiful on the cheeks. I think I like this formula more than the Becca one, simply because of it being baked. There is another one, I don't know what it's called. It kind of has like some blue lines throughout the highlighter. It's also a baked one. I don't know what the name is, but it's also very pretty, and I think that one doesn't have as much shimmer. But with Soft and Gentle, it's also just the color is so great. I mean, I'm very fair, and I usually can't use a lot of highlighters, but Soft and Gentle, for whatever reason, it works for me. I think it's because of it not having a very strong undertone, so I think this could work for a lot of people. To make it a bit stronger on the nose, I'm going to use it with my ring finger. Now going to be curling my lashes, which I'll do off camera, and I'll be right back. Now we're going to be starting with the actual eyeshadow. The palette I'm going to be using today is one that I rediscovered in September, and it is the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette. I stated in my September favorites how I don't understand why no one talks about this anymore. I just don't get it, because it is big, but it kind of has like a theory you can follow if you find makeup or eyeshadow palettes sometimes a bit overwhelming. It has 4 staple neutrals, so you can always create a neutral base, kind of like a neutral transition shade, and then you can take any of these shimmers and apply them on your lid. Although the palette is very big, I think that is what makes this palette so easy, because you don't have to think. Obviously you can apply any of these shimmers into your crease as well, do whatever you want, but I think that if you are someone who gets overwhelmed, you just don't want to think too much, you usually like a neutral crease, I don't think this palette is like a bad investment, because it is a little bit more expensive. It's almost $50. I have 2 other Too Faced palettes, the Sweet Peach and the Original Chocolate Bar, and the shimmers in this palette don't compare. They are so reflective and so beautiful. For today, I'm going to be focusing on this upper part right here, maybe a little bit of this shimmer, we will see, but it's kind of like this 5 pan that we are going to be using. I'm going to start with the lightest brown transition shade, and this will just go into my crease. I like to start right at the end of my eye, right here where the brush just sits in my crease, and I kind of just blend back and forth. I just do this the entire time, and when I feel like there is not much left on my brush, that is actually when I go and do this motion. Also, I don't hold my brush all the way down or the middle. It just deposits too much pressure, and that makes the eyeshadow not blend properly. I like to hold my brush pretty far down. If it has good bristles, it should be blending everything so seamlessly. Now that the transition shade is done, what we're going to be doing is we're going to deepen it a little bit. You could take a smaller brush like this if you want it, because this is going to deposit a bit more color, and that is actually what I'm going to do. And I'm going to be using the darker brown shade. This time I'm making sure I don't go all crazy with the color. I'm placing it right on the outer part and I'm keeping it there, blending it into the outer part of my lid, but not going crazy everywhere because you don't want to have like a very big, dark, smoky color. Now to blend it more seamlessly so there are no harsh lines, I'm going to use this bone colored shadow and just very lightly on the bigger fluffy brush we used in the beginning, and I just go over the edges very lightly so that there are no harsh lines. I'm going to be applying a heavier hand of this matte color on my inner corners to brighten it just a little bit for now. Now for the pink color on the lid, we're going to be using this kind of pink, I don't even know what this is. I don't know. Dusty, shimmery kind of pink color. I like to apply it with my brush first because a brush will never pick it up as well as, let's say, your finger, because this way I can kind of apply where I want and blend it seamlessly. And if I then feel like I need some more shimmer, I go in and apply it with my finger. And I'm going to go in with the light shimmer shade, and I'll be applying this on the inner corner. Whatever is left on my brush, I'm going to run it over my lower lash line. I'm going to use a gel pencil liner because that is just the easiest for me. Now to deepen, make it look a little bit more smoky, I'm going to be using a small angled brush, and from the chocolate bar palette, I'm going to be mixing the black and the dark brown together. Personally don't mind when the wings aren't like sharp as a knife. If you wanted to sharpen it, you could obviously go ahead with like a pen liner and really define it. Now I'll be adding some mascara. Now that the primer is dry, or like almost dry, I'm going over it with the actual mascara. Now before I do my eyebrows, I want to do my lip. I have a bunch of lip liners here. I don't know which one to use, to be honest. Okay, since we're going for something more rosy and I want to go the most affordable way, I'm going to be using a lip liner from Essence. This color, I believe, doesn't exist anymore because this is a older line. The new line they have has an exact shade, like you'll find a kind of baby pinky nude. If not, you could maybe try this one. This is the Soft Precise Lip Pencil and this is in the shade 05 Legendary. It's more of a nude color. This one is available at the moment, but I wanted to go with something more pinky. And if you don't like Essence, there is one from NYX that I really like, and it is the NYX lip liner in the shade Natural. I don't overline my lips, I only line them because since I have more thin lips, I just think it looks weird if I overline, and I never like how it looks. I'm not sure if I should put on lipstick or just a gloss. I'll just dab a little bit on. This is Cream Cup by MAC. I've had this for way too long. I'm trying to kind of use it up. Essence product. This one is the Extreme Shine Volume Lip Gloss. They reformulated these ones and oh my god, I don't know what they did. It literally does not stick. It is amazing. I'm so impressed. And this is the color Shadow Rose, which again I feel like goes so well with the rest. A little bit of shimmer, but it's so minimal you can barely see it. This is like the most beautiful color ever. Look at this color. It's so stunning and it is so inexpensive. And oh my god, forgot to mention, vegan. If you're looking for something affordable and vegan, check out Essence. They're having more and more vegan products in their line, which I think is amazing. They are cruelty-free, which is already like, now they have so many vegan options, which I think is insanely good. Now look at my lips. I'll try to zoom in when I'm editing, but look at my lips. Like no stringing. It literally feels like a liquid balm. I'm so impressed. I'm going to be doing my brows. I'll be using the Etude House Drawing Eyebrow Pencil, my favorite pencil. I'll just fill my brows in lightly and then I'll apply a brow mascara, which is the Maybelline Brow Drama Mascara in dark brown. I don't do much to my brows, just concentrate where I really need it, where I have gaps or something like that. One thing that is very important when wanting to create very feathery brows is simply brush them up, but also back. That is how quickly I do my brows. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to give me a thumbs up or don't. It's completely up to you. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!